Hey Gemini, come sit with me for a moment because I just pulled some cards for you, and honestly, the energy coming through is something we need to talk about. This reading is about dreams and intuition, specifically about those snake dreams that keep showing up and what they're really trying to tell you. And before we dive in, I want you to know this is going to be raw and real. No dramatic predictions, just genuine insights about what your subconscious is screaming at you right now. So I shuffled the deck thinking about you Geminis and your relationship with dreams, especially those intense snake dreams that feel like warnings or maybe transformations. And the cards that came out are so specific it gave me chills. Not the scary kind, but the kind where you know the universe is really trying to get a message across. Let me walk you through what came up. The first card I pulled is the Four of Swords in Gemini. This card is everything right now. You know how you've been running on mental overdrive? Constantly thinking, analyzing, replaying scenarios in your head until you can't even tell what's real insight versus what's anxiety? The Four of Swords is showing me that your dreams, especially those snake dreams, are literally your mind's emergency shutdown system. Your subconscious is putting you into a forced rest state because your waking mind refuses to stop. Here's what's fascinating about this card in the context of snake dreams. Snakes in dreams often represent transformation, but they also represent wisdom that comes from stillness. And the Four of Swords is all about that necessary pause, that moment where you have to stop fighting and just be. When you dream of snakes, it's not a warning that something bad is coming. It's your inner self saying, hey, you need to retreat and process what's already happened. You've been through so much mental stimulation, so many conversations, so many ideas bouncing around in that brilliant Gemini mind of yours. And your subconscious is literally making you lie down in your dreams to integrate it all. Think about the imagery here. The Four of Swords shows rest, recovery, meditation. Your snake dreams are asking you to shed old thought patterns, just like a snake sheds its skin. But you can't shed anything if you're constantly moving forward without reflection. The snakes in your dreams might feel threatening or mysterious, but they're actually protective. They're coiling around you saying, stop, rest, let the old version of your thoughts die so new wisdom can emerge. This is especially true for you Geminis because you live so much in your head that your dreams have to be dramatic just to get your attention. What I'm also seeing with this card is that your intuition is trying to speak to you during these dreams, but you wake up and immediately try to logic it away. You probably wake up from a snake dream and think, okay, what does this mean? Let me analyze it. Let me Google it. Let me ask someone. But the Four of Swords is saying the meaning comes in the stillness after the dream. It comes when you just sit with the feeling it gave you without trying to decode it immediately. Your intuition doesn't speak in words. It speaks in symbols and sensations. And snakes are one of the most powerful symbols for transformation and healing. I also want to mention something specific about this card for Geminis. You're ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication and thinking, so your dreams are often more vivid and message-heavy than other signs. But the Four of Swords is telling you that not every dream needs to be understood intellectually. Some dreams, especially recurring ones with snakes, are meant to be felt. They're meant to create an emotional response that shifts something in your energy field. The snake isn't there to give you information. It's there to make you feel something you've been avoiding while awake. Maybe it's fear, maybe it's power, maybe it's sexuality or creativity that you've been suppressing. Whatever it is, the Four of Swords says the answer comes through rest and contemplation, not through mental gymnastics. Moving to the second card, I pulled the Seven of Wands, and oh, Gemini, this is where things get interesting. This card is about defense, about standing your ground, about fighting off multiple challenges at once. And in the context of your snake dreams and intuition, this card is revealing something pretty deep. Your intuition has been trying to warn you that you're in a defensive mode in your waking life, and it's exhausting you. The snakes in your dreams might actually represent all the different battles you're fighting, all the different directions you're being pulled in. Here's what the Seven of Wands is really showing. You're someone who naturally sees multiple perspectives, multiple possibilities, multiple paths. That's the gift of being a Gemini. But right now, that gift has turned into a burden because you're literally defending yourself on multiple fronts. Maybe it's at work where you're trying to prove your ideas are valid. Maybe it's in relationships where you're constantly explaining yourself. Maybe it's internal where you're fighting against your own doubts and fears. And your dreams are reflecting this back to you through the symbol of snakes because snakes can come from any direction. They're unpredictable. They require constant vigilance. But here's the deeper message of the Seven of Wands in this reading. Your intuition is telling you that you don't actually need to fight all these battles. Some of them are phantom battles, created by your own mind. The snakes in your dreams aren't external threats. They're showing you where you're expending energy defending positions that don't actually need defending. This card is asking you to discern which battles are real, and which ones are just your nervous system being on high alert because you've been in fight mode for too long. What's really powerful about this card is that it shows someone standing on higher ground, defending their position. And spiritually, snakes are connected to Kundalini energy, to that primal life force that rises up through your body. Your snake dreams might be showing you that your life force energy is trying to rise, trying to elevate you, but you keep interpreting it as a threat because you're so used to being defensive. The Seven of Wands is saying, what if those snakes aren't attacking you? What if they're trying to lift you up? What if your intuition is showing you power and transformation, but your conscious mind is so defensive that you're seeing it as danger? For Gemini specifically, this card is crucial because you tend to overthink your intuition. You get a gut feeling, and then you immediately start questioning it, defending it against your own logic, arguing with yourself about whether it's real or just imagination. The Seven of Wands in this position is telling you to stop defending your intuition to yourself. Just trust it. When you dream of snakes and wake up with a feeling, that feeling is valid even if you can't explain it. You don't need to defend your intuitive hits to your rational mind. They can both exist simultaneously. The third card that came through is the Queen of Swords in Gemini. This is your energy. This is you and your power. The Queen of Swords is all about mental clarity, truth, cutting through illusion, and speaking with precision. And in this reading about snake dreams and intuition, this card is showing you that you have the ability to interpret your own dreams with incredible accuracy if you can get out of your own way. You don't need external validation or dream dictionaries or other people's interpretations. You are the Queen of Swords. You have the mental sharpness to understand your own subconscious language. But here's where it gets complex. The Queen of Swords can also be someone who's been hurt and has built walls around their heart. She's learned to lead with her head because leading with her heart felt too vulnerable. And your snake dreams might be connected to this energy. Snakes are deeply connected to emotions, to sexuality, to the primal parts of ourselves that the Queen of Swords tries to keep controlled. Your intuition is using snake imagery to tell you that there are parts of yourself, emotional and instinctual parts, that you've been keeping locked away behind mental analysis and rational thinking. The Queen of Swords has incredible intuitive abilities, but she often doesn't trust them because they feel too messy, too unclear, too emotional. She wants clarity and proof. But intuition doesn't work that way. Your snake dreams are asking you to integrate your Queen of Swords energy with your intuitive feeling nature. The sword represents air, your element, your ability to think and communicate. But snakes represent earth and water, the grounded body wisdom and emotional intelligence that you sometimes disconnect from. What I love about this card in your reading is that it's showing you have all the tools you need to understand your dreams and your intuition. You're naturally analytical, you can spot patterns, you can see through deception, but the invitation here is to use those skills not to dissect and kill the magic of your intuitive experiences, but to honor them and give them structure. When you dream of snakes, your Queen of Swords energy can help you journal about it, create meaning from it, integrate the wisdom without dismissing it as just random brain activity. For Geminis, the Queen of Swords is particularly significant because she represents the highest expression of your Mercury energy. She's not scattered or indecisive, she's focused and clear. Your snake dreams are trying to bring you into this focused clarity, but about your emotional and spiritual life, not just your mental life. The snakes are saying it's time to be as honest and clear about your feelings and intuitions as you are about your thoughts and ideas. Now we're moving into the fourth card, and I pulled the Magician. Gemini, do you understand what this means? The Magician is card number 2 in the major arcana, and it's about manifestation, about having all the tools at your disposal, about connecting heaven and earth. And in the context of your snake dreams and intuition, this card is absolutely powerful. It's telling you that your dreams aren't just random. They're not just processing information. They're actually showing you how to manifest and create your reality. The Magician has one hand pointing up to the heavens and one hand pointing down to the earth, as above, so below. And snakes move between these realms too. They live on the ground, but they're connected to ancient wisdom and mystical knowledge. Your snake dreams are showing you that you have the power to bring spiritual insights into physical reality. When you dream of snakes, you're being initiated into deeper levels of manifestation and creation. You're being shown that you have access to primal creative energy that most people never tap into. Here's what's really important about the Magician in this reading. This card says you're not just a passive receiver of dreams and intuitive hits, you're an active creator. Your thoughts and beliefs shape what you dream about and what your intuition shows you. If you believe snakes are negative or scary, your dreams will reflect that. But if you understand that snakes represent transformation, healing, and wisdom, your dreams will start to shift and show you deeper truths. The Magician is all about conscious creation, and that includes consciously working with your dream state. For Geminis, the Magician is especially significant because you're natural communicators and messengers. Mercury, your ruling planet, is connected to Hermes, the messenger god who could travel between worlds. Your snake dreams are showing you that you have the ability to travel between the conscious and subconscious realms and bring back wisdom. You're being called to use your Magician energy to actively work with your dreams, maybe through lucid dreaming, maybe through dream incubation, where you ask specific questions before sleep, maybe through creative visualization. The tools on the Magician's table represent the 4 elements and the 4 suits of the tarot. This means you have everything you need to interpret and work with your intuition. You don't need special abilities or years of training. You already have the pentacle for grounding your visions, the cup for feeling into them emotionally, the sword for analyzing them clearly, and the wand for taking inspired action. Your snake dreams are showing you all these elements at play. Sometimes the snake is about grounding and physical healing. Sometimes it's about emotional release. Sometimes it's about cutting away old beliefs. Sometimes it's about activating your creative power. What I'm also getting with the Magician is that your intuition is much stronger than you realize. You've probably had experiences where you knew something before it happened, or you thought of someone right before they contacted you, or you had a feeling about a situation that turned out to be accurate. The Magician is saying these aren't coincidences. This is your natural intuitive ability, and your snake dreams are trying to amplify this gift. Snakes have incredible sensory abilities. They can detect vibrations and heat signatures that other animals can't. Your dreams are telling you that you have access to information beyond your 5 physical senses. The 5th card is the 4 of Cups, and this one gave me pause because it's such an interesting card in this context. The 4 of Cups shows someone sitting under a tree, arms crossed, looking at 3 cups in front of them while a 4th cup is being offered from a cloud or spiritual realm, and they're not even noticing it. And Gemini, this is what's happening with your intuition right now. You're so focused on analyzing and understanding your snake dreams in a logical way that you're missing the actual gift they're trying to give you. The 4 of Cups is about being emotionally withdrawn, feeling dissatisfied, being lost in your own thoughts to the point where you can't see new opportunities or blessings right in front of you. And your snake dreams are trying to break through this withdrawal. They're dramatic and intense because they have to be to get your attention. Your intuition is literally offering you a cup of wisdom, a gift from the spiritual realm. But your conscious mind is sitting there with arms crossed saying, I don't understand this. This doesn't make logical sense. I'm confused. Here's what this card is really revealing. You might be going through a period where you feel disconnected from your emotions or from life in general. Maybe you're bored. Maybe you're disappointed by how things have turned out. Maybe you're questioning what the point of everything is. And your subconscious is using snake imagery to shake you out of this apathy. Snakes are anything but boring. They immediately grab your attention. They make you feel something, whether it's fear or fascination. Your dreams are trying to jolt you back into feeling alive, into being present, into noticing the magic that's available to you. The 4 of Cups also suggests that you might be rejecting intuitive messages because they don't align with what you think you want or what you think should happen. Geminis can be quite stubborn about their ideas and beliefs, even though you're also adaptable. When your intuition shows you something through dreams that contradicts your conscious desires, you might just ignore it or dismiss it as meaningless. But this card is saying that 4th cup, that offering from the spiritual realm, contains exactly what you need even if it's not what you thought you wanted. What's particularly interesting about the 4 of Cups in a reading about snake dreams is the theme of temptation and choice. In many traditions, snakes are connected to the Garden of Eden story, to the choice between remaining innocent or gaining knowledge. Your dreams might be presenting you with choices that feel uncomfortable or challenging. The 4 of Cups energy is about being hesitant to choose, being uncertain about whether to accept what's being offered. Your intuition knows which path is right for you, but your logical mind is creating doubt and confusion. For Gemini specifically, The Four of Cups can indicate that you're overthinking your emotional life to the point of numbness. You're so busy analyzing your feelings that you're not actually feeling them. Your snake dreams are trying to bypass your mental filters and get you to just experience the raw emotion and sensation. When you dream of a snake, what do you feel in that moment? Not what do you think it means, but what sensation does it create in your body? That feeling is the message. The Four of Cups is asking you to stop crossing your arms and defending yourself against your own emotional and intuitive experiences. Moving to the sixth card. I drew the World in Gemini. This is huge. The World is the final card of the major arcana, card number 22, and it represents completion, fulfillment, cosmic consciousness, seeing the big picture. In the context of your snake dreams and intuition, this card is telling you that you're at the end of a major cycle and about to begin a new one. Your snake dreams are marking this transition. Snakes shed their skin to grow, and you're being called to shed an old version of yourself and step into a more complete, more integrated version. The World card shows a figure dancing in a cosmic wreath, surrounded by the four fixed signs of the zodiac representing the four elements fully integrated and balanced. This is what your intuition is guiding you toward through these dreams. You're being called to integrate all aspects of yourself, the mental and emotional, the spiritual and physical, the light and shadow. Your snake dreams are showing you that transformation isn't something to fear. It's the natural process of evolution and growth. What's beautiful about the World in this reading is that it suggests your intuition is more developed than you give yourself credit for. You might think you're just starting to understand your dreams or just beginning to trust your gut feelings, but actually you're much further along the path than you realize. The World says you've been through the entire journey of awakening. You've learned the lessons, you've faced the challenges, and now you're ready to dance in the cosmic flow. Your snake dreams are confirmation that you've reached a level of spiritual maturity where you can handle deeper truths and more powerful transformations. The World is also about having a global or universal perspective. Your snake dreams might be connecting you to collective unconscious material, to archetypal energies that go beyond your personal experience. Snakes appear in every culture's mythology and spiritual traditions. They represent Kundalini and yoga. They represent medicine and healing in indigenous traditions. They represent wisdom in many shamanic paths. Your dreams might be tapping into this universal snake wisdom, showing you that your intuitive journey isn't just personal. It's connected to something much larger. For Geminis, the World is an invitation to stop seeing things as either or and start seeing things as both and. You don't have to choose between logic and intuition, between thinking and feeling, between the mundane and the mystical. The World says you can dance between all these realms. You can be fully present in physical reality while also being deeply connected to spiritual truth. Your snake dreams are teaching you this dance, this integration, this cosmic perspective where everything is connected and everything has meaning. The seventh card that came through is the Four of Wands, and this one made me smile because it's such a celebratory card. The Four of Wands is about homecoming, about celebration, about creating stable foundations for joy and connection. And in this reading about your snake dreams and intuition, this card is saying that, as you learn to trust your inner guidance and understand your dreams, you're going to find a sense of home within yourself that you've been searching for externally. The Four of Wands shows four wands creating a structure, often with people celebrating underneath. This represents creating a stable framework for your spiritual and intuitive life. Your snake dreams are calling you to establish regular practices that honor your inner wisdom. Maybe it's keeping a dream journal, maybe it's meditation, maybe it's spending time in nature, maybe it's creating rituals around your sleep and dream time. The Four of Wands says these practices will bring you joy and a sense of belonging, not just obligation or discipline. What's interesting about this card following the World is that it's saying, okay, you've completed a major cycle, you've integrated important lessons. Now it's time to celebrate and anchor this new level of awareness. Your intuition isn't meant to be this mysterious, scary thing that only shows up in dramatic dreams. It's meant to be a trusted companion, a stable foundation that you can rely on. The Four of Wands is about making your intuitive life feel safe and welcoming, like a home you're excited to return to. For Geminis, the Four of Wands is particularly meaningful because it represents the stability that can feel elusive for your sign. You're naturally changeable and adaptable, always moving on to the next thing. But this card says your intuition and dream life can be the one constant, the one foundation that grounds you even as everything else shifts. Your snake dreams are inviting you to create this foundation. Each time you have a meaningful dream, Each time you honor an intuitive hit, you're building this structure of trust and connection with your inner self. The Four of Wands also suggests that you might find community around these interests. Maybe you'll connect with other people who are into dream interpretation or intuitive development. Maybe you'll find teachers or mentors who help you understand your experiences. The celebration aspect of this card says that exploring your intuition should be fun, not heavy or scary. Yes, snake dreams can be intense, but they can also be exciting and empowering when you understand what they're showing you. The 8th card is the Star and O Gemini. This is one of my favorite cards to see in any reading. The Star is card number 17, and it represents hope, healing, inspiration, and divine guidance. After the chaos of the Tower, the Star brings calm and clarity and connection to something greater. In your reading about snake dreams and intuition, this card is telling you that your dreams are literally guiding you toward your highest path. They're not random, they're not meaningless. They're direct messages from your higher self and your spirit guides. The Star shows a woman pouring water from 2 vessels, one into a body of water and one onto the land with stars shining above her. This represents the flow of intuition and inspiration from the cosmic realm into your conscious awareness. Your snake dreams are this flow. They're bringing you information and guidance from your subconscious and from the spiritual realms, pouring it into your waking consciousness so you can use it. The Star says you're being divinely guided, every dream has purpose, every intuitive hit is meaningful. What's powerful about the Star in this reading is that it's a card of hope. If you've been confused or scared by your snake dreams, if you've been doubting your intuition or feeling lost, the Star is saying there's light at the end of the tunnel. Your dreams are actually showing you the way forward. They're illuminating the path even when everything else feels dark or uncertain. Snakes in dreams often show up during times of transformation, and the Star confirms that this transformation is leading you somewhere beautiful. The Star is also about healing, particularly emotional and spiritual healing. Your snake dreams might be part of a healing process, helping you release old trauma or outdated beliefs. Snakes are connected to medicine in many traditions. The caduceus, the symbol of medicine with 2 snakes wrapped around a staff, shows up in hospitals and medical contexts. Your dreams might be showing you what needs healing in your life, and your intuition is guiding you toward the people, practices, or insights that will facilitate that healing. For Geminis, the Star is especially significant because it represents the higher mind, the connection between your intellect and universal consciousness. You're being called to trust that your thoughts and ideas are being guided by something greater than just your personal ego. When you have an intuitive hit or a meaningful dream, the Star says this is divine inspiration flowing through you. You're meant to share these insights, to communicate what you're learning, because that's your gift as a Gemini. The Star is about being a channel for cosmic wisdom and bringing it down to earth in practical, understandable ways. The 9th card that appeared is the Knight of Pentacles, and this is such an interesting energy to follow the Star. While the Star is about inspiration and divine guidance, the Knight of Pentacles is about practical implementation and steady progress. In the context of your snake dreams and intuition, this card is saying you need to take slow, consistent action based on what your inner guidance is showing you. Don't just have the dreams and then do nothing. Don't just get the intuitive hit and then ignore it. The Knight of Pentacles says, take one small step at a time in the direction your intuition is pointing. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest of all the knights, but he's also the most reliable and thorough. He doesn't rush, he doesn't take shortcuts, he just keeps moving forward with determination. Your snake dreams might be showing you big transformations or major life changes, but the Knight of Pentacles is saying you don't have to do everything at once. You can trust your intuition and take your time implementing what it's showing you. This is actually perfect energy for Gemini because you can sometimes get ahead of yourselves, jumping from idea to idea without following through. What I love about the Knight of Pentacles in this reading is that it grounds all the spiritual and intuitive information you've been receiving. Dreams and intuition are wonderful, but they need to be brought into physical reality to have real impact. This card is asking you to create tangible practices around your dream work and intuitive development. Maybe you commit to writing down your dreams every morning for the next month. Maybe you start a dedicated dream journal. Maybe you create a bedtime ritual that honors your dream time. The Knight of Pentacles makes it real and consistent. This card also suggests that the messages in your snake dreams might be related to physical world matters like your career, your finances, your health, or your daily routines. Snakes are earth creatures. They're connected to the physical realm even though they represent spiritual transformation. The Knight of Pentacles is saying your intuition is trying to guide you toward practical changes that will improve your material circumstances. Maybe there's a career shift you need to make. Maybe there's a health practice you need to implement. Maybe there's a financial decision that requires your attention. Trust the guidance, but take practical action. For Geminis, the Knight of Pentacles offers beautiful balance because he represents the earth element that you don't naturally embody. Your air sign energy is quick, mental, and changeable. But the Knight of Pentacles teaches patience, thoroughness, and commitment. Your snake dreams are inviting you to embody these qualities, to slow down and really feel into your body and your physical experience. Snakes move slowly and deliberately, sensing everything around them. This card asks you to move through life with that same quality of presence and attention to physical reality. The final card, the 10th card in this reading, is the Nine of Pentacles in Gemini. This is the perfect way to complete this reading. The Nine of Pentacles represents abundance, independence, self-sufficiency, and enjoying the fruits of your labor. In the context of your snake dreams and intuition, this card is showing you the ultimate outcome of trusting your inner guidance. When you honor your dreams, when you listen to your intuition, when you take consistent action based on your inner knowing, you create a life of richness and fulfillment that comes from being true to yourself. The Nine of Pentacles shows a woman in a garden, surrounded by abundance, with a falcon on her hand. This is you when you fully embrace your intuitive gifts. The falcon represents higher vision and spiritual sight, similar to how your snake dreams give you access to deeper wisdom. This card says that your intuitive development isn't just about understanding dreams. It's about creating a life where you feel confident, capable, and complete within yourself. You don't need external validation because you trust your own inner knowing. What's beautiful about this card as the final message is that it represents independence. Your journey with your intuition and dreams is deeply personal. Nobody else can interpret your snake dreams better than you can once you learn to trust yourself. Nobody else can tell you what your gut feelings mean. The Nine of Pentacles says you have everything you need within yourself to navigate life successfully. Your intuition is your greatest resource, more valuable than any external advice or guidance. This card also speaks to the abundance that comes from living intuitively. When you trust your inner guidance, you make better decisions. You align with opportunities that are right for you. You avoid situations that would drain you. The garden in the Nine of Pentacles represents the harvest of all the inner work you've been doing. Your snake dreams are part of that inner work. They're cultivating wisdom and awareness that will bear fruit in your outer life. For Geminis specifically, the Nine of Pentacles represents the maturity and self-trust that comes from integrating both sides of your nature. You're the twins, you have multiple perspectives and interests, and that can sometimes feel scattered or conflicted. But the Nine of Pentacles shows that when you honor your intuition alongside your intellect, when you trust your dreams alongside your logic, you create a rich, multifaceted life that satisfies all parts of who you are. You don't have to choose between being practical and being mystical, between being social and being solitary. You can be all of it, and your intuition guides you to know which energy is needed when. So, Gemini, let me bring this all together for you. Your snake dreams are not something to fear or obsess over. They're powerful messages from your subconscious and your spiritual guides showing you that you're in a period of profound transformation. The cards are saying that you have all the tools and abilities you need to understand and work with your intuition. You just need to trust yourself, create consistent practices, and take practical action based on what your inner guidance shows you. The snakes represent your own power rising up, your own wisdom shedding old skin, your own healing journey. When you dream of snakes, you're being invited to transform, to let go of outdated versions of yourself, to step into greater authenticity and personal power. Your Gemini nature gives you incredible gifts for this work because you're naturally curious, adaptable, and able to communicate between different realms of consciousness. Trust the dreams, honor the intuition, and watch how your life transforms when you align with your deepest inner knowing. The abundance and fulfillment shown in the Nine of Pentacles is waiting for you on the other side of this transformation.